What's going on, guys? Niko here, and in this video, I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to write beautiful melodies that most people don't know. The example today is from a dance song, but these tips can be used across any genre. Here's the example we're going to walk through today. Before we jump in, want to let you know I'm giving away 5,000 melodies, royalty free. I'm going to select one winner every Friday. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below Melody Mastery. Jumping into our lesson today. The first step whenever you're trying to write a beautiful melody that really resonates with your listener is to choose a very solid chord progression. Now, what I've done here, and those of you that have my MIDI pack, we have this little cheat sheet right here. So we want something that's emotional and touching. And again, the best chord progression that the best composers have used since the beginning of time is this #1 right here: A minor, F, C, and G. And if you don't have the MIDI and don't know how to create this, we're going to do it right now using simple chord strategies. So the chord strategies are that we have our root note, and I'll show you right here. I've already laid it out: an A, an F, a C, and a G. And to create these chords, we use different chord strategies. So for minor chords, we use the 2-3 strategy. We just take our note right here. We have 2 notes in between, and then 3 notes. And then for all the major chords, we use the 3-2 strategy. So these are all major chords. And I know I'm going fast, but I want to get to the good stuff. The second thing that I like to do with these chords, notice how they're closed and tight together if you just listen to this soloed. Doesn't really sound that great when they're all tight together. So what I do is I take the 3rd and I jump it up an octave. Now listen to this chord. And just like that, you have something to work with to now write your melody. So jumping into the melody here, you guys know how I do it on this channel. I do everything on the white keys in the key of C to keep it simple. And we break down these melodies into what I call melody starters. So melody starters are basically melodic lines that have certain numbers. And you'll see we have the keyboard labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then it repeats again and again. The best melody starter to use in beautiful music are these 3 notes right here. It's not that hard. 5, 7, 1, in whatever order you want to use it with this chord progression right here is absolutely deadly. So that is really the second trick right here. After we pick our good chord progression, you want to write something beautiful and emotional. 5, 7, 1. Let's just listen to the first notes right here. You'll see it playing on the keyboard. See, it's nothing that complicated, guys, and this has been used by so many composers over the years, the Beatles, all the way until our modern day era. 5, 7, 1. Now, something else that Hardwell really does that I like is he runs up and down the keyboard on a scale, and you'll notice right here, da-na-na-na-na-na, he goes. So the third tip I want to show you guys whenever you're writing the melodies is to go up and down just a scale. I know it's basic, but you can just add in this melodic run that goes up and down, and that directional movement is really nice. And notice this melody, there's very little that changes when you listen to the entire melody in the 8-bar sequence we have here. And this repeats over and over and over again. Now, the one other melody starter that we may have noticed, and I've talked about it so many times on the channel, is the 5, 6, 1. That's not it. I think it is right here. Five, 6, 1. Hardwell is using that, and then he goes right back into the 5, 7, 1. Very simple, but when put into action here, you can see how beautiful an effect this has. So now that we have our chords and our melody, I want to show you how I created that large piano lead and show you behind the scenes of the stuff, how I produced this 4-bar loop right here. So the main instrument that we had was this right here. It's a beautiful piano. Now, if you have Keyscape, it's definitely by far the best piano plugin, and this rich ballad preset's amazing. And what I did was I took 2 more Keyscape patches and I put them up here to make this really bright lead. So if we listen to this now. So I took away the chords and I just have the melody playing. Now there's 2 different Keyscape pianos on here. It's the pop and then the, what is it right here? The soft pop. And what I did was, I got rid of anything on the lower frequency part of it, because this is the lead. It's in the brighter section of our EQ. So I layered these 2 together and I added just some basic reverb to them. And what I did was I grouped them together, and that's when I really started to do some processing. And this really goes into mixing when you add in different saturation, like I did right here, this Fat Filter Saturn plugin, the basic Saturate O. It adds a really nice element to it. There's some other EQ moves going on. I used some glue compression to glue them together. And then from there, I widened it out a little bit. Now, this audio goes through a couple of buses as well. So what I do with this to really have it bouncing around is I bus it in this B11 thing to delay. So if you listen to the delay by itself, something really good you can do with your leads is you can have a ping pong delay where you send through a bus and it bounces around and it really fills up the mix very nicely. So now that I have this piano lead right here, what I did next was I added a couple instruments, and you can listen to it. We'll minus the piano. And what I did with these strings is I took one of them and I panned it to the left, and then I took the other one and I panned it to the right to really fill up the mix better. Now from there, what I did was I took one of my subs that I used, and I just have the root note playing in 8th notes. So I'm just going to mute the melody because it's kind of loud. And the main point about the sub is I have a Kickstarter on it. So in the beginning, the volume ducks. And the reason why the volume ducks on the sub is because we have our kick drum right here. The kick drum is from Echo Soundworks, fantastic company. I love Shane, he's a great guy. I have it +1 because this song's actually in the key of F sharp minor. So it's an F key, and you always want your kick primarily to be the main note in the key of the song. Now from here, I have a couple basses that I layered together that have a really nice sound to them. It really provides more energy and rhythm. And again, these are both eighth notes right here. Now, very important with the bass note, I actually got rid of the sub right here because I didn't want it to conflict and to have 2 subs going on. Normally, you only want to have 1 sub going on. So we have all those instruments. We have our kick drum right here, and then we just have some percussion going on. Now, in any type of dance song, in really any genre for the most part, it's making use of white noise to bring some brightness to the song. So if we listen here, all these high frequencies, basically what we want to do whenever we have a drop in EDM is we want this entire frequency spectrum to be covered with different instruments taking up different sections. So I know this is a songwriting tutorial, but I wanted to show you guys a little bit of the mix that's going on. We have this little transition, so we have everything playing. And then in the second part of this drop right here, I just added some percussion. I added a clap. I added a tambourine. I added a hat. Again, just to get that more of that high energy noise right here, like right up here. And whenever you do this, guys, you make the mix feel like it's faster and there's more movement to it. And when it's brighter, it sounds more alive. And that's how I came up with this 4-bar loop. So if you enjoyed this video and got value out of it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, and comment down below Melody Mastery. I'm going to be putting out more videos just like this one. And yeah, that's about it. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.